idea of actually being able to physically express all of those feelings that I've been dealing with for 2 years and verbally being able to express it to the public. I have. I came back in 2014, ran the 2014 marathon with the 415 group, which was a group of survivors. And I did it again this past year. And after the 2014, I started running again marathons like I did before.
A sincere apology would have been nice. A simple, believable apology would have been great. And there was nothing simple about what he said, and there was nothing sincere. One thing that we have done, you were talking about being proactive and moving forward. Scott and I are both on the board of the Massachusetts Resiliency Center. So we are taking positive steps to unite the community and what we call our marathon family to continue to grow and continue to heal long after this trial is over.
You know what? Today was actually the first day that I learned that. I was not aware of that before today, and I know that the government had a good reason for going to trial, so I can't fully answer your question. I would like to make my own statement. My name is Henry Beauregard. Last name is spelled B-O-R-G-A-R-D. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, specifically Downers Grove, and I was out here, living out here, attending Suffolk University at the time of the marathon, and I wasn't trying to be there. I wasn't trying to spectate. I didn't have any friends running. I was just walking home from work, and I was a victim of circumstance. But that being said, I've made a host of friends within our survivor community. They are going to be lifelong friends. They are people that I continually rely on and lean on. And I really want to thank a couple of people, or groups I should say. First is my family, specifically my mother, who, as you heard in my victim impact statement today, received a phone call from me just 3 minutes after the explosions went off, and I scared her half to death. So I'm sorry, Mom. And thank you for your support. And I also want to thank War Dogs of Chicago, which their organization gifted me my service dog. Her name's Friday. She is a PTSD service dog, and they generously donated her to me after hearing about my story. I want to thank the people that have worked tirelessly to get this whole trial to a resolution, to capture Dzhokhar Tsarnaev during the manhunt, and I also want to give a sincere thank you to the prosecution staff, because they have been absolutely phenomenal. The Attorney General's office has been wonderful to all of the survivors. In regards to Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's statement, my personal opinion is a little bit different than my two compadres here. I was actually really happy that he made the statement. As I said in my personal impact statement, I have forgiven him. I have come to a place of peace, and I genuinely hope that he does as well. And for me to hear him say that he's sorry, that is enough for me. And I hope, because I still do have faith in humanity, including in him, I hope that his words were genuine. I hope that they were heartfelt. I hope that they were as honest as the statements that you heard today in court from the victims and the survivors. I obviously have no way of knowing that, but I'm going to take it on faith that what he said was genuine. There was a little bit of rhetoric in there. I agree with what you said, absolutely. Some of it was hard to hear, but I was really profoundly affected, really deeply moved that he did do that, because whether we'd like to acknowledge it or not, his statement, like ours, takes courage because the entire world is watching us right now. And the fact that he made a statement which he didn't have to do gives him a little bit of credit in my book. So I will answer any questions that you have. Personally, I am against the death penalty. I do not believe that that someone should be punished for killing people by killing that person. That doesn't make sense to me. I would have rather seen him get a life sentence. That being said, I am happy that justice has been served. You know, I made the mistake of looking over at him while I was giving my statement, and he was looking right at me, which was a little disconcerting, and I had to resort to reading directly off of my little script that I had in front of me after that. I wasn't expecting that, being that he hasn't had any real reaction in court other than the one with his aunt.
So you made eye contact with him?
Yes.
What did that feel like?
You know, he's a human being. I don't know to what extent my forgiveness extends, but what I do know is that I believe in second chances. And when I made eye contact with him, it wasn't like looking in the face of a criminal. It was like looking in the face of a boy, because I'm going to be 24 in a couple days. Happy birthday! And he's younger than me, and that's been something that's really been a hang-up for me to reconcile the fact that I was at the second explosion, to reconcile the fact that the man, the boy who planted that bomb that blew up in front of me is younger than I am. So that's something that's been very difficult to process.
Hey guys, last question.
Is there anything clear to the posse was that Lynn or Scott would say basically couldn't have our cameras go off? Can you share a little bit about what we said before you? Is there anything that you would like for the two of what you said in there?
I just feel like the bubble is burst. Perhaps we didn't know we lived in a bubble before. Perhaps we took our security and our sense of safety for granted every time we went out to Fenway Park or TD Garden or just to Boston Common. And now we take nothing for granted. Every time we go out, we are in fight or flight. We are hyper aware of everything going on around us, and it's both embarrassing and exhausting.
Agreed.
And so basically in my speech, basically as a family physician, which is what I am as a marathon runner that day, I emphasized the idea that my injuries that I suffered and continue to are invisible and hidden, what it's like to live with those, and the challenges of basically presenting myself as like one of you, and what's really going on the inside on a day-to-day basis, and how this is going to be a lifelong process of relearning and reinventing myself and refiguring out my new identity, and not only mine, but as a survivor community. And that's my main mission, is so that we're not forgotten because you can't see those injuries, and that we need resources, that we're going to need to continue to seek medical care, professional opinions, and if the one good can come out of this from this event is that there's more public recognition for how to diagnose sudden hearing loss, tinnitus, mild traumatic brain injury, PTSD, and how to get that care right away so that people don't have to search and struggle to where to turn to get that medical care and expertise.
We hope our work with the Massachusetts Resiliency Center will continue to promote awareness and education.
And that Resiliency Center is the mainstay for the survivor community going forward.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, so we've just heard from these 3 different survivors in different places along Boylston Street, 2 Aprils